Hello producers. Have you ever dreamed to achieve electro future funk tracks like Ellis? You probably noticed it, your music lacks of power. But it's a true pain for most producers. I could have followed their evolution along these last years. This is a pretty sneaky problem because you're alone in front of this problem, but I'm here to help you. Producers talk a lot about other producers to other producers. More you make good music, more it happens. So let's make the best future funk track you've ever made. Get it?
Sping.
I'm high breath sounds, and let's start with a tutorial. Set the tempo to 126 BPM and create a generic future house beat. Kick. Dry claps. Wet claps. Here we go. Don't worry, we will add more funky drums later. I highly recommend you to create your own track while watching this tutorial. So if you haven't yet, open FL Studio and create this beat like me. Now, the most important thing in future funk like Ellis is bass. To make a very good bass like Ellis, follow these simple steps. Your bass pattern is splitted in two parts, the main part and then the second part. That is more complex and funky. That kinda answers to the first part. You'll need a lot of layers to achieve a powerful sound. My recipe for successful basses is simple like 1 2 3. 1. Use different bass shots presets. Second, use a thick saw bass line that you amplify with a lot of plugins on the mixer track. Third, add a real bass playing in your track to add funk. Oh, but we forgot something. Sub bass. Contrary to what was said a few years ago, you don't need any crazy sub bass preset. Just use a sine wave that you distort and compress. Make sure you're also filter it down and up to avoid rumble when your track will be played on these speakers. Now we've got this drums and bass beat, it's good, but we don't feel what is the first pulse of the bar, so. Then we need chords to highlight the pulse. In order to achieve a powerful sound, you need a lot of different layers to stack. Here is how it sounds. By the way guys, all the samples, presets, stacks and mixer tracks used in this tutorial are from my brand new sample pack. Over being a complete sound bank for future styles, it contains many tools permitting you to achieve a track under 10 minutes.
Take me higher.
Link in the description. But let's go back to the tutorial. Like the bass, you'll need to split the chords in two parts. It's very important that your bass and chords are creating the same vibe. Otherwise, your funky track will be a huge mess. The first part is made of main chords and additional bass or lead layers to support them. This tape-stoped chord permits to introduce the funky part. Now, the chords effects are very important. Without them, your track will never sound like Ellis, and you don't want to sound like. To start with, split the chords in two buses according to how they sound. To make those chords epic, I just had to drag and drop my pre-made future funk mixer track for chords. It's made of simple yet efficient presets. Add an equalizer like this one to avoid low mid muddiness and boost vocal frequencies. Dimension expander. OTT to glue all synths together and add harmonics to them. But for now, I keep this preset secret for Prism users only. If you're about to make tape stop chords like Ellis, don't forget those two fundamental plugins, D-Blue Tape Stop and D-Blue Crusher, to add tons of crushy harmonics. Great, but now you need a big lead to carry the whole drop. The secret Ellis sauce is to only use 2 or 3 lead samples and to give them a lot of power and presence in the mix. To do so, I used 1 lead shot sample and 2 serum presets that sound like this. To mix those, I just had to load a Future Funk lead mixer track and to tweak it to have less vocal frequencies, softer attack because it hits damn hard. To enhance my lead even more, I thrown the sample track into a powerful mixer bus to make the main lead hit hard, but keep your ears safe in the same time. Now you've created your main drums and instruments, you need to add. Here can details. 1. Add some fills and FXs at the beginning of every phrase of the drop. These funky disco shots are particularly important to grab your listener's attention. 2. For the answer part, add a lots of percussions to enhance the bass bounce. 3. Your drop may lack of synth sounds. To fill more, add reversed LFO synth shots before the kick hits at very particular moments. 4. Give more emotion and uniqueness to your melody. Use vocal harmonizing but for your lead at the end of a bar. After this, make the build up. Use simple but effective sounds. Now let's hear how the final result sounds like. Before I go, I want to thank FLP family for hosting me here. The sound bank used in this video helps them providing you more value.
Take me higher, off the ground. We're on fire, but I need you now. Take me higher, off the ground. 'Cause we're on fire with this desire. Don't look down. 'Cause I need you now. 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 Cause I need you now. Cause I need you now.